Hi everyone, I'm Sheldon Radford from Avid. I'm here introducing you to the new Avid S3L. We announced this past August, and it is our lowest cost entry point mixing console, built using the award-winning Venue software. It features three key components, those components being a very portable, very compact control surface with high resolution OLEDs, a rack mount engine, and then rack mountable or stage mountable remote I/O. All of the devices connect together on an audio Ethernet network. We use the Open Ethernet AVB standard that allows 100 meters between devices in a fully fault-tolerant, redundant ring network. In addition, we use the AVB connection to talk to an Apple computer here, where we're able to get 64 channels of audio, playback and record, into the computer just through the standard Ethernet cable with no additional hardware needed. So it does use the Venue software. This is one of the hallmarks of our systems. Very easy to use, and it's one of the things that people are very familiar with and instantly familiar with when they walk up to the system. The benefits here being that if you've worked on any of our consoles, those show files, of course, are fully portable to the S3L. And similarly, if you're working on an S3L, you can bring those show files onto an SC48 or any of our other systems. Full forwards and backwards compatibility.
Does it offer the same kind of virtual sound check kind of routine?
It does, yeah. So it does do the virtual sound check, where we're able to replace the stage signals with the pre-recorded Pro Tools tracks. In fact, it's even been improved from our previous systems in that we now offer the ability to change channels on a per channel basis. You see there's a Pro Tools tab there, and we're able to do the patching for those channels. So we're now able to selectively choose which channels we want to bring back in as part of the virtual sound check. This really speeds up the workflow for users.
So this is a really small footprint.
It is. It's 14 pounds total. 6.5 kilos.
That's amazing. So, I mean, what's the sort of entry level? Who is going to be using it? Could you use this for, what's the I/O?
So anyone who's kind of space or weight constrained, so anyone that's doing a lot of flying, corporate AV, houses of worship, where you are very small footprints, but you need a very powerful package. This is capable of mixing 64 channels, runs all of the plugins that we have on our systems, and just gives you a tremendous amount of processing power, again, in that very small footprint, and allows you to distribute your system as you need throughout the venue.
So, I mean, are you finding any sort of full bands, major acts, thinking of using it?
Yeah.
They're going to fly to far-flung corners?
Exactly. We've had some early successes with acts like Bryan Adams, who tours the world, but wants to do it in a very efficient way. So they're able to pack everything into Pelican cases, proper shipping cases, and just fly it with them as luggage, because everything's able to stay under the shipping weight. It makes it very cost effective for them. They're not shipping large consoles, and they're not having to cross-rent or use consoles they're not familiar with. They take their system and they're able to use it at every gig and do it in a very cost-effective way.
So, I mean, in terms of how the control works, are you working like fat channel way, or which way does it work in terms of if you want to tweak something really quickly?
Yeah. So to actually work on the desk, if you've ever worked on one of our desks, then you'll walk up and you'll be instantly familiar. Even though it looks a little different, some of the hallmarks of how we work are there. So the first thing being this bottom row of encoders. And this is really the fast access section. This is where you get access to one parameter across many channels. So if you're doing a sound check, you have access to gain, high pass filter, pans, compressors, as well as all of your aux masters are available right there on the bottom row. It allows you to dial up the mix very quickly. Now, to go into that fat channel mode or to more detail mode, it's very similar to the way it works on our SC48 system. We have a section in the top here, this colored section called channel control. And here we're in the top level menu where you see the different functions you have available for your selected channel. So to adjust EQ, I just go in and I press the EQ, and I have instant access to all of the parameters for that. If I want to go in, adjust the compressor, access to all of those compressor parameters as well.
Right, so yeah, you're getting a lot in the small footprint.
Exactly. It's all about just kind of efficiency of space, but still allowing you access to those things that you need to get at. One of the things that's kind of clever about the channel control is we have a user-defined section, and this is where a user's gone in and said, these are the things that are most important to me, that I know I'm always accessing during the show. Rather than go look for them individually, just program it all up as you see fit, and
so
boom, they're right there.
Gain threshold, then low shelf.
Sure, or if you know you're always going to the singer's aux mix, for example, just program that there on the user button. You always know where it is at all times.
So, I mean, I'm guessing it's still, it's entry level, but entry level in terms of still kind of work for professional big touring.
Absolutely, it's no compromises on quality, no compromises on performance, no compromises on features. It's the full Venue software there. the full snapshot system, the full access to the plugins, the full connection to Pro Tools. Really want to just give you that powerful little system that's very, very capable.
So the plugins themselves, they run on the main engine? Or
They do. They do. So they run on the AAX DSP engine that we have here. It actually uses the exact same HDX processing that we use in Pro Tools. So the benefits of that being that you get access to all of the AAX DSP plugins that are available for Pro Tools. It's the exact same processing you use in the studio, you're able to use live. It's not an imitation, it's the exact same things. The fact that they're integrated into the system has a couple of benefits as well. So one of the most obvious ones is that you actually can pull up and see the user interface right there on the control surface and interact with it. There's no second screen required, you're not running a separate computer running plugins, you don't have any additional cabling, and you have the lowest possible latency because these are all running on the exact same DSP engine as the channel strip processing. You're not doing any transport out to external devices. So very cost effective again, and just gives you the best possible user experience as well, because all of these settings are stored in snapshots, they're carried along with your show files, it's all there for you. You're not having to manage the creative aspects of your system. It's all there for you.
Are there different levels of DSP that you can get for the engine, or is it just kind of loaded one size fits all?
It's a single-sized engine at this time.
Right. And that allows you to run, typically, do you have a kind of...
Yeah, so that's a full 64 channels, and that's input channel processing on every single channel with high-pass filter, 4 bands of EQ, compressors, dynamics. Same processing on all of the output buses, so we have 27 output buses that all feature that same channel strip processing. 16 graphic EQs, then in addition you have the plugin rack, which gives you access to 20 of the best sounding plugins available.
So are those fixed, or can you bring your own choices in there?
You bring your own choices. That's the beauty of having the open platform, is that customers are free to bring in the plugins that they need to get the sounds that they want.
Right, okay. I suppose what I'm getting at is if you bring in a load of really DSP hungry ones, is there a ceiling, or do you...
Eventually you will, you'll hit the maximum available power on the DSP, but again, it's the HDX card that we have inside, and it's very, very capable of processing a good number of plugins.
Right. Thank you very much, Sean.
Thanks, Nick. Cheers.